Happy new moon in Cancer, the mother inside of you. So Cancer is the first water sign of the Zodiac. She is fourth in the Zodiac. And the way that the Zodiac works is that it is divided into three sections: the creators at the beginning, the sustainers in the middle, and then the destroyers at the end. We can also think of this as the maidens, the mothers, and the crones. And so we're still in the maidens, but we're about to transition into the mothers. And Cancer is that energy of creation. Cancer is ruled, every zodiac is ruled by, every constellation in the zodiac is ruled by a planet. Cancer is ruled by the moon, which really technically isn't actually a planet. She gravitates around us, right? And she is actually a piece of Gaia that has been knocked off. So that gives Cancer such a special vibration for us Earth beings, because she's ruled by the moon that is part of Gaia, that is part of our great mother, that feeds us, that creates our body and recreates our body, that provides for all of our needs. So of course the moon is, when we look at the planets, we look to Venus and the moon as these two primary potent feminine signs, or feminine planets. Of course, we look to Venus when we're talking about our inner lover, our inner seductress, our beloved, when we're talking about our beloveds. But we look to the moon when we're talking about our relationship to our mother. So if an astrologer is looking at your chart and she's like, ooh, what's going on with the mother? She's going to look right at the moon. The moon also, of course, carries the resonance of our emotional body. Her gravitational pull rules the waters of the planet. And the water element maps to our emotional experience. Cancer is a highly juicy, emotional, homey, kind of nurturing energy. It's really like the energy of connection. And Cancer energy it just goes to show the divine symmetry of the universe. That we have the peak of summer solstice, so we have that fiery, sexy, masculine energy, the most yang moment of the year, right? And then immediately we have that water sign coming into cool shit down. So I live in the desert. This is the home of my heart in Sedona, and it's hot. It's real hot. And in the summer, you can be walking down the street and you're just no. And then just get thee to water. Just get thee to water. And then you enter down into the creek and it's an oasis. An oasis of cleansing and reset and baptism. That is the energy of Cancer. She is the refuge. She is the sanctuary, placid lake in the middle of giant mountains, the untouched waters, surrounded by nourishing and surrounded by beautiful trees, plants, animals. Of course, all animals congregate at the water for nourishment, because water is life. So when we enter into Cancer season, we are always looking to what is our relationship to nourishment right now? What are we nourishing in our life? Of course, we know where attention goes, goddess flows. Where attention goes, energy flows. Where are you giving your attention? What are you nourishing? What are you mothering in your life? Every second, 3.8 million cells are being created inside of your precious, beautiful body temple. You are a creator. Every thought, every sensation you feel in this moment is reproducing cells and recreating your body and recreating yourself and recreating your reality. And the most primary feminine axiom we work with in the mystery traditions is as above, fill in the blank, so below. As within, so without. Yeah, you got it. And so what we are birthing inside of ourselves through our thoughts, through our intentions, through our prayers, through our goals, through what we give our attention to, what we give our time to, and what we nourish is what creates our experience, what creates our reality. And what creates what our experience of reality, our experience from inside out, is what creates the world. And this is one of the most potent elements of Cancer, in my opinion, as she really reminds us that she draws us back into a radical responsibility for everything in our life. She reminds us that we are mothers. We are creators. We are the divine creatrix. Now, it's important to touch in on the mother wound just a little bit, of course, because anytime we talk about mother, we're going to have to talk about mother shadows. And the mother wound, so the triple wounds of the feminine, the witch wound, the sister wound, and the mother wound. The mother wound is really, like, it doesn't mean, some of us have really challenging relationships with our mothers. Some of us have beautiful relationships with our mothers. It doesn't imply necessarily a specific wound with your mother, but is actually a reference to how the patriarchy gets passed down from generation to generation through our mothers. We learn how to prioritize ourselves or not. We learn how to treat our body with reverence or to denigrate it. We learn to operate from a place of shame or from a place of vitality and worth and juiced up, turned on fullness by modeling the women in our life as young ones. So when we step back into radical responsibility with the moon, we are, with Cancer sign, we are acknowledging that for most of us at this time on the planet, in this great awakening of the feminine, we don't actually, for the most part, have role models. The vast majority of us maybe don't even have a role model of a woman in our life that actually we want to emulate, or who's really stepping up in a way that we want to model cronehood or we want to model motherhood. And if that's not true for all of us, and may we really value those women in our life that are really modeling what it is to be in our truth, what it is to be in our integrity. But how do we heal this ongoing cycle of wounding that is currently the reality of the feminine on our planet? By looking to the Great Mother. We may not have human role models always that really encapsulate our desire of the world we want to create, right? But we do have the best role model ever. She's utter perfection, and that doesn't actually exist in the human realm. It is the Great Mother Gaia. It is this lush, beautiful, vibrant planet Earth upon which we are so blessed to live and to learn from. So, as we connect with the mother inside of ourselves, it's imperative to go to get thee to the waters. It's imperative to get outside. It's imperative to study and watch, to enter into relationship with the animals, relationship with the plants, so that we can get that direct transmission, like the pure transmission of like, what is it to be an empowered feminine? Yeah, and that just comes directly from the mother. So your ritual for this month is get thee to water. It is summer, Ma. Go learn from the waters and let her activate, awaken, and honor your emotional body, honor your water body, and reflect on your own relationship to mothering and what you're creating in your life, what you're investing in your life. And also, what is your relationship to your mother? What are the gifts you've received from your mother? How were your mother and father mothered? Now, let's tap in just a little bit on the shadows of this archetype, the shadows of the mother. So Cancer is a highly emotional sign, so it can be, think about it, like, if the emotions are the water, and the water is the stream and the river, when there's a log jam, the banks swell. I was walking on my beautiful, beloved river here the other day, and God, I'm so grateful I can hike right by it. But if we had a log jam and the whole thing turned into a bog, we would not be able to hike through it. So that is the invitation of Cancer: is how are you in relationship to your emotions? Because it's real easy to get swept away by our emotions, right? And we live in a culture that has told us that emotions are below the intellect, right? The body, mind, spirit trinity in this culture is very skewed in the direction of the masculine essence, right? And so as women studying with the Cancer, we are reclaiming the sacredness of our emotions, that they are the signposts that are guiding us on our life's path, on our soul's path, that they are deeply connected to our intuition that guides us. And we must develop discernment, and we must develop healthy boundaries and grounding and anchoring and centering so that we don't get disconnected from reality. Because when emotions, when the water gets sweeping through and then the stories start and the ego mind starts, and that just is the cascade, that's called imbalance. That's called not helpful for our mental health. So as we explore the mother, we really want to honor our emotions and also ask ourselves, are there ways in which I can ground, center, and nourish myself on a deeper level as the mother that I am, so that I can be in a deep discernment between mind and emotions? Now, speaking of shadows, another shadow of the mother is attachment. So when we have a child and we're like, oh my God, I need to protect this child from everything, and you're like, you can't go out, you can't, whatever. Or we have a book and we're like so concerned about what everyone thinks about it. Or we have a business and we're like hyper controlling versus letting the business teach us as we co-create with it. We're forgetting the source, that yes, we might be the mother of our projects, our businesses, our children, and in the words of Khalil Gibran, your children are not your own. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. This is the same with your creations, your books, your businesses, your art. That yes, you are the channel through which it flows through, and May we release attachment. May we look at our relationship to attachment, because Cancer can get it can get stagnant in its kind of swampiness of the emotions. And so the important word there is like channel. It's like a mother is a channel. Your womb is a channel. It is a portal from the universe through which life moves into itself. How can we remove the blockages from that channel so that we can be a clear channel from earth and sky? This is the invitation of a healthy mother. And also, what other shadows do we want to... Shadow of Cancer is, because it's a highly empathic sign, and I would guess that many of us here are empathic. Many of us are empaths who are drawn to the feminine paths, as we just feel so much and have had to really work to regulate ourselves in a world that is very stimulating. When we put others before ourselves, when we don't put on our own oxygen mask first before we put on someone else's, or when we just keep spending from our wellness bank account without refueling and filling our own cup with health, well-being, and self-care, then we're fucked, basically. So another shadow of the mother is just to put everyone else before herself, right? It's very real for young mothers. They often don't have choice. I mean, that's just the reality of mothering in a modern society. So another piece of the mother shadow is, are there areas where you can ask for help? Are there areas in your life where you can receive more support, particularly from the masculine? Can you be in reverence for the masculine? Can you be in reverence for the men in your life and really express appreciation and express clearly your desires to be supported? And this doesn't have to just be men. I mean, really, the best supporters of young mothers that I know are women. I was just the guide for the meal train for one of my beloved sisters. So yes, we're getting so deep. I don't want to take you on too much of a ride here. But let's close by just saying that Cancer is this juicy, lovey crab that is the placid lake in the beauty of nature. She is the refuge and the sanctuary to which humans go in order to receive nourishment. She is our individual, personalized version of the great Mother Gaia's infinite love, infinite nurturing, infinite and unconditional support for us. I am so excited for you to explore our ritual for the month, which is to study directly with the element of water, to enter directly into relationship with the Great Mother, and to reflect on our reflection questions. And I really hope that you drop whatever you feel inspired, whatever questions you feel inspired towards. I hope that you drop them in the group chat. I'm so looking forward to hearing what the mother archetype evokes for you, what Cancer season has in store for you, how you can step into more conscious mothering of your life by remembering that you are creating in every second. You are creating your reality. You are creating your life. You are creating the future. You are creating the world for the collective and for our descendants. I honor you, beautiful mother being. Whether you ever choose to have children from your womb or not, you are a master creator. May we enter into that relationship of creation from a place of deep consciousness and deep reverence. And may Cancer be our guide each and every year and each and every 6 months that she appears in our new and full moon journey. Enjoy the juiciness of Cancer season. Get yourself home and cuddle up and cozy up. If you have beloveds, if you have friends to cuddle with, if you have partners to cuddle with, if you have cats to cuddle with, babies to cuddle with, get to the waters of your relationship. Nourish yourself with self-care and enjoy. enjoy this lunation. I will see you on the full moon.